Hi, my name is Tony Van Veen, CEO of Discmakers. You know, a few months ago, I got an email from an artist expressing his frustration that his music career hadn't progressed as he had hoped. His email ended with this question to me: Tony, please tell me, what do I have to do to make it? Now here's the punchline. This musician was 70 years old. And that question still rings in my head months later. You see, my first thought was, wow, how cool. The dream lives, regardless of age. But immediately thereafter, honestly, I felt a little bit sad. I mean, this artist was 70. He had lived a whole lifetime of experiences, and yet he was beating himself up that he hadn't made it. And frankly, he was so blinded by his frustration that he didn't see that the world, frankly, is not really waiting for a 70-year-old rock star, but that the fact that he's 70 and playing music in and of itself is an amazing thing. So that got me thinking. The music industry attracts so many people dreaming of success, most of whom will, frankly, never get there. Music is a tough business. Like sports, they're among the toughest businesses out there. It has one of the most brutal, unforgiving definitions of success. Top of the charts and selling out arenas. And how many artists really get there? This is not, by the way, the only time I've ever been asked, how do I make it? Not by a long shot. It's probably the question I get the most. And the answer to that question is, I don't have a silver bullet. There is none. Everyone's path is slightly or sometimes very different. I certainly hope that some of my video tips that I've put out on a weekly basis for the past year or so help. And certainly I hope that the advice I'm about to give is helpful. You see, the odds of traditional pop music success are tiny. For starters, this is a young person's game. If you're over 25 years old, the odds become stacked against you. Like it or not, fair or unfair. And then there's a ton of people in this game trying to make it. Even if you're 20, there are a lot of talented, motivated, hardworking individuals who are also trying to make it in the game. So, by all means, set those goals and work hard to achieve them. But stop beating yourself up because you haven't made it yet. See, as life progresses, I'm a little older, our priorities change. If I was willing to live in a beat-up old van with 3 other stinky dudes for 90 days straight on the road when I was 21, at 30, that didn't sound so appealing anymore. I had a wife and a kid or 2. And while music was still important to me, I had other priorities as well. It is okay for your goals to adjust as time goes on. You may have dreamt as a 21-year-old to fill up arenas. And then as you got a little older in your upper 20s, you're thinking, I got a young kid, maybe playing 1,000-seaters up and down the East Coast would be awesome. And after that, regionally paying 300-seaters. Or now, playing to 50 people in an intimate venue. There is beauty in every situation so long as you make a true connection with your fans. And call it rationalization if you'd like. And rationalization is considered a dirty word sometimes, but I would posit that it's a plus. Rather than continuing to beat yourself up for not achieving some kind of unrealistic goal, rationalization sometimes is not only necessary, it's healthy. We need a level of balance in our lives, especially as we get a little older. And again, your 21-year-old self may say, screw that balance, I'm all in. But at a bit older, balance is not a bad thing. In fact, you could even say there's a bit of a mental health connection here. Your sanity is at stake if you keep beating yourself up over the fact that you haven't made it yet. So here's what I want to say. Rather than thinking you're a loser every time you look in the mirror, give yourself permission to forgive yourself for not having achieved your goal yet. Feel okay about loving yourself rather than hating yourself. Forgive yourself. Give yourself a break. After all, you have a life that includes more than just music. And the amazing thing, frankly, is that music still is an ongoing part of it. I mean, think about how many, or rather, how few people on this planet are actually able to do what you do. Write songs, record, perform. Music is such a beautiful thing. Music is not just nice. Music is important. It's creative. It nurtures. Music heals and energizes. Just the fact that you are a musician is worth celebrating. So stop banging your head against the wall. Give yourself a pat on the back instead for being a musician, an artist. Look, I'm certainly not telling you to give up on your big goals. Keep those goals in the back of your mind and set yourself smaller, more specific, more achievable short-term goals that you can hit every week or maybe every day that get you a little closer to your big goals. But by all means, what I'm asking you to do while you're pursuing your goals is enjoy the journey. Don't be so focused on the end goal that you are missing the journey. At every step, every day, be mindful of where you are and realize how special and beautiful a gift it is that you can spend your time and your creative energies writing songs, recording your music, performing live, connecting with fans, regardless of your chronological age. As musicians, we're really fortunate to have music be an integral, constant, ongoing part of our lives. We just don't always remember it. Hope you found this helpful. See you next time.